Breakfast with Pure Coys. Oh yeah. Breakfast with Pure Coys. Breakfast with Pure Coys. Oh yeah. Breakfast with Pure Coys. Breakfast with Pure Coys.
Yes, guys, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump of the week. It is Cup Day for Tottenham. It's a game that and a cup competition that I really want to win. I don't know about you guys. Of course, we want to win every cup, but it's been a few years since we won the League Cup, and it's always nice to get the League Cup under the belt before the season's done and get that trophy early. And I think we can do it this year. I think we've got a great draw tonight. I think we can do it. A few of the big sides have already gone out. Obviously, Liverpool scraped through last night, which was disappointing. But maybe tonight there might be a few more shocks. Looking at my phone, Arsenal away to Port Vale, probably not going to happen. But you never know. You never know. Man City away to Huddersfield. Maybe there might be a few shocks, and maybe, just maybe, when we get past Doncaster, because I'm being bullish. If we don't get past Doncaster, we might as well give up now. When we get past Doncaster tonight, we may get another lucky draw, and it's all about the draw, isn't it? Guys, as you come in, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. I haven't told you what it's like here in the West Country yet. It is typically England. Overcast, bit nippy. I don't know about you guys, but the last couple of mornings we've had a frost. Not this morning, and it's not raining, but it is a bit nippy. Winter is definitely on the way. So, guys, massive game tonight. We have Doncaster in the third round of the League Cup. I think it's the third round. Yes, it is. And a really good chance to get into the fourth round. And once you're in the fourth round, you're literally a game away from the quarterfinals. So, really good chances for Spurs. We got a good draw at home. Let's go win it. But let's see who is in the chat today. Barbaric is in, saying good morning, Nige. Hope you're well, young sir. Young, I'm not sure about that, mate, but thank you. Let's hope we can kill the game off early so we can relax and enjoy it. Smash the likes and subs, people. I just can't see us having any troubles tonight, no matter what side we put out. Maybe I'm really underestimating Doncaster, but come on. At home, this game should be done by half time, shouldn't it? It should be done by half time. Kate's in the house. Big up, Kate. Saying good morning, Nige. Hope you're well. I am very well. Very well indeed. I hope you are too. And Scott Colliver's in. Big up, Scott Colliver. Saying hello, Nige in chat. Big up, buddy. I hope you're well. Philly is here. Big up, Nige, and everyone in the magnificent chat this morning. Big up to you, Philly. I hope you're well. I saw you on Savas. Was it 10 hours or did they go for? I think they went for longer in the end, didn't they? But fair play to you, mate. Looking very cool in your shades. I'm impressed. Barbaric saying good morning to Philly, and Philly saying good morning to Kate Wixom, and then Barbaric saying Nigel pulled a hamstring in the warm up. I so would. Look, I mean, I played football my whole life since I've been like 5-6 years old. I played football, and up until I was about 34, I think, when I thought I've had enough of this playing Saturdays and Sundays, even though it was great, great set of mates. But I gave up at like 34, decided I wasn't going to play anymore. And then about 42, my mates thought it'd be a good idea to arrange a 6-side tournament, like a summer thing, where it's going to be all the oldies and some youngsters in there as well. So we entered a team. And in the third game, bearing in mind I'd played for 30 years, best part of 30 years, never ever got a serious injury. And third game in, I ruptured my Achilles. And yeah, never known a pain like it. No one near me. And it felt like someone had just booted me right in the back of the ankle. And I went down thinking the goalkeeper had done it because he was the closest. And he's like, "Oh, I'm nowhere near you, mate." And yeah, turns out I couldn't walk. I had ruptured my Achilles. And being self-employed, that wasn't good. So yeah, I was in a protective boot for like 6 to 8 weeks. So not fun. So that was that then. I'm like, okay, I'm never doing this again. So yeah, right now, guaranteed I would pull a hamstring. Ghosted is in. Big up Nigel, big up Ghosted. I hope you are well. Philly saying, I hope everyone enjoyed the Savas charity stream yesterday and donated to a worthy cause of the Caldwell Children's Charity. Yes, didn't catch much of it because I was manic yesterday. I probably caught little bits where I was at different places and I could get a signal. So listened to a bit of it. And yeah, I stuck a fiver in. That's about as much as I can afford, in all fairness, at the moment. But every little helps, as a supermarket chain would say. My son's here. Morning, Dad. Coffee later. Yes, mate. Give me a shout. I've got to work straight after this, but I might be free around 3ish. I bet you're probably working then. But let me know. Let me know anyway, buddy. And Charlie saying big up to Philly. And Kate saying big up. And here's Dexterous saying good morning. Good morning to you, mate. You know, your lads crept through last night. It's all about getting through, isn't it? At the end of the day, got to admit, I was a little bit gutted. Obviously, want to see all the big sides go out and give Tottenham a better chance. But yeah, Liverpool looking a bit of a machine this season. Not even in second gear, third gear yet, I don't think, and just churning out the victories. So I think you're in for a good season, but I think you probably know that already. Philly saying, personally, I'm going to watch the Arsenal game and have a good laugh at Arsenal's version of the Southgate Arteta. Yeah, I don't get Arsenal. They've got the players there, haven't they? They've got the players to really attack teams and go at them, um, and go toe to toe with the best, and they just don't do it. Arteta will not do it. He's always more concerned about losing rather than winning. And I think the fans would love him a lot more if he just went for games, even if they lost. Um, but it is what it is. Dexter saying walking football now. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind doing that actually. I wouldn't. I think I'd be okay at that. Walking football would be about my limit. Barbaric saying our Sunday pub team, we used to meet early for 3 or 4 pints before we played. Playing intoxicated is not the best idea. No, no. Absolutely right. Yeah, we used to going back to when I used to play. We used to go out on a Friday night, Saturday night, play the game. It'd be the same old thing. Half time, sometimes even throughout the game. The smokers, we had a guy who played right wing, really good player actually, but he'd just be standing on the touchline, just like smoking a fag. And when the ball come out to him, he'd like give it to his missus and carry on. And yeah, straight to the pub afterwards. Go out Saturday night, get beard up. Sunday morning, next game, play again. Back to the pub Sunday afternoon. Great times, great times. If you play football, not even so much for the football, just for the camaraderie and playing along with your mates and good times. Billy saying big up to Charlie and Tottenham Rangers saying Stoke City derby should be good. Um, well, yeah, we got some interest in that, haven't we? Stoke City at the moment, you know, is are the youngsters going to get any games for Stoke City? Who knows? Who knows? I thought what we'd do is have a look at who we think will play tonight. I'm not sure how long I'm going to go for today. Um, I may go for half hour, I may go for 45 minutes. Depends. There isn't too much to talk about. Hoping you guys in the chat can keep me going. Um, Obviously, we got this game tonight. Some people think it's a big game. Some people couldn't care less. Guys, what do you think in the chat? Is it a game that is important? Is it a game that if we lost, you'd be like, oh, well, never mind. It doesn't really matter. For me, I really want to win. I really want to win this cup. I know it's the worst out of all the cups. It's still a cup. Newcastle wouldn't say that when they won it last summer. Well, last season. It's a trophy and it's a great day out. And if you win it, it's another trophy in the cabinet. So for me, I'd like to go on and win it, but we will see what happens. Dexter saying, I once got nutmegged by a 57-year-old ex-pro Tommy Robson playing Sunday football. He still had it and he is still Peterborough United record goal scorer. Sadly died a few years ago. Oh, wow. That's really interesting. That's really interesting. Guys, in the comments, let me know if you played against or alongside any famous footballers. The most famous footballer I played in the same team as was a guy called Benny Doherty. and he would have been nearly 58, 59 when we were playing. And he played for like Scottish, he played for like Morton and Queen of the South and teams like that. So he wasn't like a, but yeah, it was still an experience, and he gave it large, to be fair, and he was still a good player at 58. Um, Gibbo, big up, mate. Saying these games are a poison chalice. We want to see some youngsters and rotate the players, but if we lose, we always question why we do it. Looking forward to seeing Ajayi play against us. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Um, Definitely. I think it's more of a problem if we're away from home. If we're at home, I mean, we can't lose tonight, can we? That would be unforgivable, I think, no matter what side we put out. To lose at home, away's a different story because you just never know. Away from home, United obviously had it with Grimsby, but at home, I expect Spurs to win comfortably with whatever side we put out. And Frank has said he's going to go quite strong, hasn't he? But how strong and what sort of strong are we talking about? I can't see the likes of Romero starting. I can't see the likes of Van der Ven starting. I can't see the likes of Polinia starting. I don't think Kudus will start. I don't think Xavier start. Guys, let me know in the chat. Who do you think starts out of the first team? Who do you think starts tonight? If Frank has said we're going to go strong, because I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I really ain't. Tottenham Rangers saying was talking about the Port Val and the Arse. Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah, I mean it could be an upset. You never know. You never know. Rodney saying big up, Nigel. Big up, Rodney. Hope you're well, mate. And then he says good morning to the chat. And Charlie saying big game. There's a real good chance for us this year, I reckon. Now, belief after last year where we broke the drought. I agree, mate. I agree. I think that mentality maybe it's there in the cup competitions. We will see tonight. It's going to be tough if we play a weakened team, but I still expect us to win. So it's going to be an interesting game. I'm looking forward to it. I think they're all on Sky, aren't they, as well? I think every game is on Sky, so I will be watching and hoping that Spurs put in a good performance. Barbaric saying, so Frank confirmed that Kinski will be in goal tonight. Time for him to shine. Yeah, I think Kinski was no-brainer, wasn't it? He had to start. Feel a bit sorry for him, really. Um, it's a lose-lose situation for him, I think, because if he comes in and plays well, he's still not going to get in the first team. If he comes in and we go out, then suddenly people are going to be like, so yeah, interesting, but glad he's starting. Would like to see him get a few more minutes personally, but we will see. Philly saying if there was ever a dream job in football, it must be the Arsenal manager, getting paid 15 million a year to fail miserably every year. Yeah, it's not a bad job, is it? Not a bad job. I'd be okay there. I could be able to afford to pay my rent every month at 15 million a year. God, imagine. I'd take an eighth of that. I'd take less than that. I'd take a 16th. Wow. I mean, that's such good money. Tottenham Rangers, and I think Van der Ven starts. Fair dues, mate. I don't think he will. I can't see it. I think he starts obviously at the weekend against Wolves. I think he then starts against Bodo in the Champions League. I think Van der Ven and Romero will be rested. I think it will be Danzo, and I'm thinking Davis. But also, guys, have you seen the video? Dragishin back in full training. Does this mean he gets any minutes? Or is it too soon? I don't know. I don't know. Spencer Nudoggy, yeah, I'm probably with you there. I think Porro will be the one rested. I think Spencer Nudoggy will play unless Davis goes at left back, and we put someone else at centre back. I just don't know. It's going to be an interesting team lineup. Charlie saying Danzo and Davis. I reckon two centre halves. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if it's Davis if he plays left back. See what happens. I don't know. But I think you're right. I think it will be Danzo and Davis. Tottenham Rangers saying Sarr. I think I agree. I think Sarr will definitely get minutes after being left out at the weekend. It will be Van der Ven and Danzo. Well, we'll see. We'll see, mate. It could be. I have no idea. It could be. Gibbo saying Kinski, Doggy, Danzo, Spence, Gray, Sar, Simmons, Odebert, Tell, Johnson, Williams, Barnett on the bench. And then he said Charlie Davis is out. I didn't realise that either. In fact, now you said it, I can remember him saying that, yeah, Davis is out. So Davis definitely won't be playing left back or centre back. Yeah, Charlie said. I didn't know that. No, I didn't either, to be honest. Um, Tottenham Rangers saying we have no centre backs, Nige. Well, it seems that way, doesn't it? Like I said, I didn't realise Davis was out. Um, I have seen Dragishin. I have seen Dragishin and Takai back in training. Whether they're anywhere near ready or not, I don't know. Probably not, but um, I wouldn't surprise to see one of them at some point, um, whether it be starting or off the bench. Tottenham Rangers saying it will be Danzo and Van der Ven. Okay, well, quite possibly then. Van der Ven will get 45 minutes. So if see personally then, if we're saying we have no centre backs, I'd rather play Romero. Just because I'd rather see Van der Ven wrapped in cotton wool, just because of his injuries. I know we don't play that high line anymore, but still, I don't think he needs to be risked tonight. But we'll see what Frank does. It's going to be interesting. And Barbaric said, paying through the nose for a manager to foul is Levy's dream signing. Let's hope Levy gets hired at the Scum. True. This is a good one, yeah. Maybe Archie Gray could play there. Archie Gray could play there. We will see. We will see. Tottenham Rangers and Frank won't use Archie as a centre back. Maybe, but we just don't know yet. We just don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what the team is for sure. Lord Rodney saying Doncaster will be tougher than we think. I'm not accepting anything less than a win, though. What are we doing here? Absolutely, absolutely. Doncaster aren't going to come and roll over. Of course they're not. I just think we should be turning teams like Doncaster over. If we're having trouble turning Doncaster over, then we're in for a tough season, guys. I think. You never know in a League Cup, and like I say, away from home, it could be tougher. I think at home, I think we win quite comfortably. Don't think it's going to be the best spectacle. I think it could be a game where we win maybe 3-0, but is 1-0 till like the 75th minute, and then we get a couple of late goals. But I think we win. I think we win. Andrew's in. Big up, Andrew. Says morning, Nige. Hope you are good. I am good, mate. I hope you are too. And we also have Bob Caddy in. Good morning, Bob. Hope you're well, mate. He said good morning. Or let's all hope we have a good game tonight, Coys. Yeah, and anyone going, have a great time. I think the tickets are like 30 quid, aren't they? 30 quid for a ticket. Did think about it. The sheriff did text me and it's like, do you fancy going up? But I must admit, midweek, Doncaster in the cup didn't really appeal to me. I'm a terrible fan, but it didn't really appeal to me. And I'm a bit skint. So I turned it down. It is what it is. I'll watch it on the TV. Billy saying, isn't Ben Davis injured? Apparently so, Philly. Apparently so. Along with Kola Moani, who's still out. Good signing he was. Hopefully he'll be fit soon. Lord Rodney saying, League Cup is a trophy I want the most. So, you know what? I'd love to win the League Cup. The FA Cup is the one for me. It's time we won the FA Cup. But it would be nice. The thing I like about the League Cup is that you can play it. There's not too many rounds. I think there's one less in the FA Cup. And you get it, you win it. It's in the bank before the season's even done. And yeah, it's just a nice little trophy to get. And I'd love the League Cup. Listen, I want to win every cup. But the League Cup is a good start. Gibbo saying Taka's only had 2 days training with the team, same as Solanke. Probably won't start then. But I don't know. Would they be on the bench? Probably not. Probably not. I guess it depends how they look in training. But at some point they got to get minutes, right? And it's a bit of a pity that Takai hadn't had a week or so's training, because this probably would have been the perfect game for him to come in. Charlie saying, I need to get into my head that Van der Ven shouldn't get injured now because of the high line. I know, it's just every time I see him run, even when I watch the training videos and you see him doing their little drills, I'm like, Van der Ven, take it easy. Don't run too fast. We don't want you getting injured. I love Van der Ven. Absolutely love him. Gibbo saying Dragon has had about 1 to 2 weeks training with the full squad. Well, maybe there's a chance he gets minutes. Maybe there's a chance he starts. I don't know. Again, for me, perfect opportunity to bring him in if he's fit. They've got to get minutes somewhere. So for me, I would be, if Dragon has had up to 2 weeks training with a full squad, I'd be looking at starting him tonight, personally, just to get him minutes. Barbaric saying it's so refreshing actually having a proper manager and nobody can predict his lineup formation. Exactly that. Exactly that, mate. I love that. I love the fact that it's, you just don't know what he's going to do. You've got a pretty good idea about the formation, but team lineup, absolutely no idea. I've got no clue who's going to be playing in this game. And I like that. I like that. It's a good thing. Um, Yeah, under our last manager, we absolutely would have known who was playing, where they were playing, the formation, how we were going to play, and it's just different this year, isn't it? I like it. David Clark's in, said hi from Leicester. It's my 48th wedding anniversary today, and I've got a free day of total relaxation because the wife has gone with my son to Braintree to see her brother. Well, first off, happy anniversary, mate. Congratulations. Secondly, get that housework done for when the missus is home. Get the kitchen looking nice, get all the washing up done, or the dishwasher unloaded, get it all done so it's ready. So when she comes home, she's like, "Oh, thank you." And you know, brownie points. Always need brownie points. But congrats, that's amazing. 48 years, married. Fair play to you. Fair play to you and your wife. Charlie 42 saying Donny are seventh, I think, in League One. Had a decent start. They have. They have had a decent start. Charlie saying happy anniversary to David. Fellow Leicesterian. Is that even a word? Leicesterian. Charlie, back off to Leicester this week, mate. Later on this week. Make sure we see each other before you go, mate. I want to cuddle with my boy. And Jimmy saying, big up, Nige, and the chat. Good morning. Big up to you, Jimmy. I hope you're well, mate. And Billy saying, playing devil's advocate, I would be diplomatic and play Van der Ven for 45 minutes, and the same with Romero. That could possibly happen. And this is the thing, we just don't know, do we? Yeah, we just don't know. But that's not a bad idea. I think Danzo will probably get the bulk of the game, to be honest. But it's not a bad idea, actually. Give them a half each, maybe Danzo the full game, and then maybe get on Dragishin at some point as well for half hour into his legs. Lord Rodney saying that's a dream anniversary, David. I mean, it's pretty good. 48 years. And they were saying, thank you. You get less time for a lot less for murder, mate. A lot less. Yeah. Um, but congratulations. Must be love. Must be love. That's all I can say. And listen, that's what we all want in life, isn't it? Is to be loved. So fair play to you. Kate Rixham saying, who's going to play up front? Is that worries me? If it's Tao, this is the interesting thing. Who is going to play up front? Um, do we think Kudus plays? I don't think Kudus plays. Do we think Simmons is going to start? Not sure. 100% Tao plays. 100%. Where does he play though? Does he play up front? Does he play from the left? Richarlison, I don't think starts. Are we going to see? I know Solanke's only had a couple of minutes. Is he going to get on the bench? Are we going to see Scarlett up front? Yeah, you look at our forward options and it doesn't fill you with excitement, does it, Kate? It really doesn't. Really doesn't. Marianne saying, good morning, Nigel, and all in the chat. Hope we are well. Good morning to you, Marianne. We're really good, I think. I'm really good. How's everyone in the chat? And yeah, I hope you are well too. Jimmy saying, I find it unbelievable how a top professional footballer on massive wages is not fit until October and to the start of the season. I know. And talking about Moani, it's crazy. But he was in training, wasn't he? So whether he's done so, I know they're saying dead leg. How long does a dead leg take to get over? I'm not sure. It does seem a bit weird. Maybe I don't know, not necessarily Frank, maybe the coaching team aren't happy, maybe the fitness team aren't happy with him, maybe he's not working hard enough. Something's definitely not quite right there, but Yeah, well, that would be a disappointment, wouldn't it? If he come in and then we never really saw him because he didn't show the attitude that we would hope. Maybe it is just a fitness thing. Philly saying the FA Cup means more to me as a Spurs fan than the League Cup, having seen Spurs be the first to reach 8 FA Cup finals in '91. But I want to win every cup. Yeah, I know I'm the same. You know, FA Cup always have a special place in my heart. You know, we used to win the FA Cup regularly when I was growing up, and we used to be in and around the finals and the semi-finals. You know, it used to be a time when Spurs got to a final, they won because they didn't lose many finals. Um, Not the same now, sadly, but it is what it is. I'm sure we will get an FA Cup again soon, and I really hope it is this year. Paul's in the house. Good morning. He says hi. Good morning. Good morning to you. I hope you're well. Jimmy saying, Dave, congrats. David Clark saying, dishwasher. What's one of those? I know. I know. I haven't got a dishwasher. That's for the upper class. That's for the rich people. I have myself. Um, I hate washing up. Hate it. Hate it. But it's got to be done. Charlie saying this Saturday. Okay, this Saturday you go. Fair play. I'm taking it. Your mum's taking you back. Seems you haven't asked me, which is really good because yeah, it's a long way. David saying, I'm an Essex boy, not a Leicesterian. I just married one. Yeah, but you live in Leicester now, don't you? Um, that's what I meant more than anything. But yeah, my boy goes to uni in Leicester. I've been up a couple of times. Is haven't seen a lot of it to be honest, so I'm not going to judge it. But yeah, my son walks with two Rottweilers next to him everywhere he goes. Gibbo saying if Drago is fit to start, if fit, start him so that if he gets injured, he can bring on Romero. If we sub him and he gets injured, then we have to make a tactical adjustment like enforcing Gray at the back or similar. Good point. Yeah, good point. You'd hope that he wouldn't get injured. You'd hope that he'd be fit enough to get through like half an hour or 20 minutes. But it is, I don't know. Do we just thrust him in? Or do we just bring him back slowly, give him 15 minutes here and now? It's going to be interesting to see how Frank manages the squad now with the players coming back from injury. Guys, nearly 40 of you in. If you haven't already, smash that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button too. Rodney Trotter saying, I hear you, Kate, but if you can't get a 7 out of 10 with Doncaster, he's in for a rougher ride than anyone could have thought. This is his chance to get some confidence. Yeah, I agree. I agree. It really is. It really is. Rodney saying, go out there and be that flat track bully. Yeah, again, I'm taking what we're talking about, Tal. It is a chance for him. This is his chance. Go out there and prove. You know, and I really hope he proves most of us wrong. That he starts whenever it is, hopefully soon, starts hitting that ground running and starts becoming the player that most of us think he isn't. So it's up to him. He's got something now. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I've seen something to think, yeah, he's all right. He could do something, just not sure. Bob saying if we don't play any of the so-called big teams until November, this is a good chance to establish our league position and welcome back some of our established players. Bang on. Absolutely bang on. I agree totally, 100%. With the fixtures the way they are, we've been quite lucky. I know we got City early, but other than that, we've had a pretty good run. That's why losing at home to Bournemouth was so disappointing for me. Wolves at home at the weekend. I know Wolves are a bit of a bogey side to us. We don't usually do that well against them lately, but we should beat them at home. Then Leeds away. I'm not sure who we got after that. I think we got Villa at home. Villa on terrible form. So we've got a nice little run of fixtures. And I'd be expecting us to be in and around that top 3 or 4 going into November. And if we are, then suddenly the likes of Kulusevski's nearly back, and we could be looking at a different scenario. Obviously, Moani would hopefully be playing some football by then, but let's see what happens. But I agree with you totally, Bob. Shantam, big up, mate. Said morning, Nigel and chat. Hope you're well. Would have been nice for one of our youngsters like Donnelly or Lancashire to start up front today, but it looks more likely that Tau, looks like more likely it's going to be Tau, which I'm not happy about. Big up Shem. Yeah, I mean, it looks Tau will definitely start, won't he? 100% Tau will start. Where he starts, I don't know, but he's 100% going to start. Yeah, I would have liked to seen Scarlett get some minutes, maybe start tonight. I don't think he's going to. And it's gonna be interesting watching Ajayi for Doncaster, seeing how he does against us. You know, it'd be nice if he scores, to be fair. Hopefully we'll be 5-0 up by the time he scores, but I wouldn't mind him seeing him score against us. I think that'd be quite nice. Gibbo saying that Davis and Mawani are definitely out, reconfirmed on the Spurs app. Yeah, really disappointing about Mawani. I'm not quite sure. For me, this was the game I was looking at, thinking that's when Mawani is going to get his minutes, hopefully bed into the side, maybe a couple of goals, get that confidence up, and then bang. Um, and he's injured. So fantastic. Fantastic. David Clark saying, I live in a perfect spot. I can see the city centre and also our countryside from my house. Fantastic. Fantastic. What I did find is when I went to Leicester a couple of times, it is you've got to be on your toes when you're driving because people just don't care what lane they get in. It's just like I'm just going to take that lane. And yeah, interesting. But listen, yeah, lovely, lovely. Listen, I love the Midlands, lovely part of the country. And yeah, I have to go up and watch Leicester one day with my boy, maybe this season. Well, it have to be this season. Jimmy saying, I think we get a lot of changes tonight for tonight's game with the team just about good enough to get through. I think you're right. I think we are going to be in for quite a few changes. Um, I'd like him to keep the backbone as good as you can. You know, as much of the first team in that backbone as possible. But I do think you're right. I think we're in for a lot of changes, but I think it still should be enough to win quite comfortably. Gibbo saying this could be perfect for Tao playing lower league to get confidence in him, but we need to play Simmons to unlock the defense. I agree, and this is what you know. I feel a bit for Tao in this sense because if he's chucked in, say if he's chucked in up front, and he is in a side with players who've hardly played all season, him included, then it's going to be really hard to get any momentum. And it is going to be one of those games when, he might not get a lot. So for me, I think if we can play Simmons or Kudus, feeding him maybe a couple of goals could be exactly what he needs. Um, fingers crossed for him. Listen, like I said, I hope he bangs a hat trick tonight. That'd be fantastic. And the first thing I'll be doing is a video saying how great Tao is. No, I'm joking. What am I? Hmm. Dave said Gallagher can trot on now. Our owners have woke up and willing to spend money. Don't waste it on a player who's not a 6, not a 10, but just another 8. We have plenty of. So no, we don't need. So you're not into Gallagher. I like Gallagher. Whether I'd be prepared to spend that kind of money, I don't know. For me, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Not sure. Billy saying Tell's issue is lack of composure. If he is not calm and collected enough, which is why he snatches at opportunities and they either go over the bar or like the penalty or wide like the penalty against PSG. But it's weird though, Philly, isn't it? Because I don't know if you've seen him for the French under 21s, and I know his under 21 football is slightly different, but it's still a good standard. And some of the goals he scores for France, really composed. Um, that's why I think there is something in there. I don't know what it is. I don't know why he lacks so much confidence playing for Tottenham. I don't know. Let's see what he does tonight. I'm not going to write him off yet. For me, it was a disappointing signing. Never wanted him in the first place, but he's here and I'm going to support him. Jimmy saying steady on lines. Remember, before Bournemouth game, people were saying the same. I agree, and I was one of them. But that is Bournemouth. This is Doncaster. So I am kind of a bit more confident. Tonight would be fine. But yeah, if I don't do a show for the next week or so, if we lose tonight, you'll know that why I haven't. Tottenham Rangers saying Tao hasn't had clear cut chances. Then he says Tao is Mikey Moore's age, should give the kid time. And he says Tao is special. Um, Listen, I kind of agree. We have to give Tao time, don't we? It's just, it's not going to happen overnight for him. He is still young. It's not his fault. He didn't, you know, make up the price. He wasn't the one who said, Tottenham just waste money on me. It is what it is. We've got him. Let's see what he does. Any player who plays off the left, this left-hand side is a massive issue for Tottenham, isn't it? Has been for a long time. For me, Frank's got to make a decision. Who's going to be his left-sided player and play him? And play him week in, week out, as much as you can. Obviously, you can't play every game, but choose your left-sided player and play him, and let's get him some confidence. Because for me, changing it every game is not the answer. And if that's Tao, then great, let's play Tao. If it's Odegaard, great, let's play Odegaard. But for me, this is a big chance for Tao tonight to come in and prove that he is ready to play for Tottenham. Paul G's in the house saying, morning, Nigel chat. Good morning to you, Paul. I hope you're well. And Gibbo says, Juno asked about playing Tel on the left. Came across that Frank currently sees him as playing centrally, as he does for the under-21s, but said he could play from the left. Juno said he had his best game from the left. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, for me, it's disappointing if Frank sees him as a centrally. I don't see him centrally at all. I don't know what you guys think. I see him more from the left, definitely. Um, and I think even when you watch him for the French team, a lot of his goals are. I mean, maybe I'm just seeing things. Maybe a lot of his goals recently I've seen have been coming from the left. I'm pretty certain the last game he come from the left and bent one into the top corner, or it might have been the right. But it certainly wasn't centrally. So for me, I think he's better from a flank. Don't think he's a striker at all. But we will see. Tottenham Rangers saying Tao is better off the left. And then says hopefully Frank can give him a chance. I think he needs to. Really think he needs to. I like Tao's temperament. He can miss chances, but he won't drop his head. Yeah, this is the thing I do like about Tao, to be fair, is he is a confident guy. As in, he doesn't seem to let things get to him. I mean, that I may be wrong now. Maybe they do. But he seems like a confident guy, and he seems like someone who's confident in his own ability. So I agree. He needs to be given a chance. I'm not sure if he's good enough, to be honest. I'll be honest. I'm not sure if he's good enough, but we need to give him a chance to see. And if he is, then great. If he's not, then we need to let him go. Philly saying, big up Tottenham Ranger. As much as I don't like Ange as a manager, the Wolves game highlighted Tell's lack of composure the best. All he had to do was stay calm, but he got a rush of blood and to blaze it. Um, and he said, but what about his temperament, Philly? Um, Yeah, I mean, I know Tottenham Ranger is a massive, massive Tell fan. We had this conversation at the start of the season. But I kind of agree. He does step up again and again. Um, I'm just not sure. I'm not sure whether he's got it yet. Let's see. Let's see how he does. But listen, he's going to play tonight. He's going to play tonight, isn't he? So we will see how he does. It's a big chance for him, though. 100%. I think if he doesn't take it tonight, um, or, I mean, it's different, isn't it? It's always saying if he doesn't take his chance, if we win 2-0 and he doesn't score, saying, well, he hasn't taken his chance. He needs to have a good game. He needs to impact the game and make things happen. So it's a big chance for Tao tonight. Gibbo saying, I think Tao is more instinctive. If he has time to think, he misses. But if he doesn't, I think he could be deadly. I still remember the volley he hit against Burnley last season, just fizzed past the post. Yes, yeah. I think he's, I tend to agree, but I think we've got a few players like that. I think Richarlison's a bit like that as well. Give him time. No. Instinctive. He's not bad. Um, Philly's saying, I give Tal praise for stepping up for the penalty, which is brave, but when he has the opportunity, he snatches at it. Yep. Jimmy saying, don't think Simmons or Kudus will start tonight. We'll start with a weaker team and for some big hitters on the bench, just in case. I tend to agree. Tottenham Rangers saying, could you imagine Mikey Moore stepping up for that pen? I mean, yeah, very brave of him stepping up for the penalty. And listen, he wasn't the only one who missed. Van der Ven missed as well. But of course, nothing said about that because Van der Ven is our hero. So yeah, I do feel a bit for Tau in that sense. You know, it is what it is. It's a penalty shootout. Anyone can miss. Anyone can miss. Big up to you, Paul G. Much love, mate. Thank you so much. Says keep up the good work, mate. Love these shows. Well, thank you. Like I say, I appreciate it. You never quite know what's going to happen in the morning. I was umming and ahhing about doing a show today because I'm just like, there is literally not too much to talk about. How much about Doncaster can you talk about? But again, as always, you guys in the chat help me through. If it's not for you guys, it is pointless doing it. It's all about you lot and reading the chat out and getting to know you more. But thank you, Paul G. Really appreciate you, buddy. Really, really appreciate you. Gibbo saying, I think he could be a Richie Reagan. Um, yeah, Yeah, Lord Rodney's saying he's going to get the chance. Ranger, is up to him to take them. Determination and confidence is a minimum. There's a big difference between arrogance and confidence. I think that's where he's on the cusp, isn't he? I think he knows he's a good player. Does he think he's better than he is? I don't know, but we will see. He's going to get his chance now tonight. So I think for that alone, I think everyone is going to be watching Tao to see how he does. And yeah, if he's terrible, Tottenham Ranger, I expect to see you in here on Friday morning, um, saying, yeah, he was poor. Just like if he is fantastic, I expect everyone to be in here on Friday morning saying, fair play, Tottenham Ranger, he had a really good game, but he needs to do it now regularly. But let's see how he does. I'm excited to see him. But yeah, sorry, I'm not reading the comments. Tottenham Ranger saying, if I see Tao on the left, then that's his chance given. Then I won't judge him. Let's see. I think he's wasted it. I don't think he's a forward at all. Lord Rodney saying confidence is when you believe in your own competence and you back yourself to perform. Is Tao confident or arrogant? We'll find out. If he gets chances, he will get chances, and tonight will be one of them. Definitely tonight will be one of them. Doncaster will have players technically better than him and more intelligent and experienced. Definitely more experienced and intelligent. Don't know about technically. I think Tao is a pretty good, technically quite a good player. He's just lacking something. Whether he's just quite good enough, I don't know, but we will see. Gibbo saying, I guess it's context for Tao taking his chance. Sarr in the 10 is different to having Simmons in the 10. Will get different and better. Yeah, absolutely agree with you. And you know, same for Kinski. As in, you know, if Kinski's playing in the defence with the likes of a Danzo, I actually like Danzo. But you know, players that aren't usually there, your second string lineup as such, and the defence looks shaky, and in turn it makes Kinski look a bit shaky because he's not used to playing with the defenders. You know, it's a bit unfair then really to judge. So I think we watch how we see how he does, but if he's not playing with the usual 11, I think it's quite hard to judge any player. I think for me, it's about getting minutes into the players, and hopefully a few good performances. Um, but we will see. We will see what happens. Lord Rodney saying, but very few will have his physical attributes. He is an athlete. I do like Tao in that sense. He is an athlete. Freddie saying Tao will get a chance tonight, Tottenham Ranger, and he has had chances, but he needs to learn to take things in his stride rather than snatching it for it. You could say the exuberance of youth. Yeah, listen, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. And Tottenham Rangers saying, I'll be here to hold the smoke for you, for my boy Tal. Well, I look forward to it. I look forward to it. And happily, listen, if Tal smashes a hat trick tonight, I will come in and I will literally name the show. Breakfast with Pure Coys. Tottenham Ranger knows his stuff. But I'm confident he won't. But we will see. Billy saying, fair play, Tottenham Ranger. You sound like my friend Phil Coys. Big up Phil Coys, top bloke. And Tottenham Ranger saying, when Ange played Tau on the left, I was happy with him. Yeah, I thought he did okay. Thought he did okay on the left. last season. It's just weird, wasn't it? We lost so many games. Um, and he's saying, but up front, he's no good. I agree. Absolutely agree. And what Rodney's saying, you'll be surprised, Nice. They have some technical players. Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt they have. They 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 do have technical players. Whether they're like they shouldn't be at Tel's level, should they? They shouldn't be at Tel's level. Let's be fair, but maybe. I know they got oh, who's the striker they got up front for them? 39-year-old. Oh, the ex Sheffield United striker that's gone to Billy Sharp, isn't it? Um, yeah, he could do us some damage. That's for certain. But we will see. Tottenham Rangers saying Frank hasn't played Tau on the left yet. Hopefully tonight. Well, he's got to play someone on the left, isn't he? So I just don't see it, mate. I think Odegaard's going to play on the left. I don't think we've got enough strikers. I think Odegaard plays on the left. I think Tau plays up front. I think Johnson plays on the right. Guys, let me know what you think the front three will be before we finish. I think it will be Odegaard, Tau, Johnson. That is a deadly front three, right? And yes, I'm being incredibly sarcastic. Lord Rodney said, no matter what makes a player stand out is at his age and physicality. Yeah. And Jimmy saying, hope Tal proves me wrong and massively improves starting tonight, but I'm not confident he will. No, I'm not confident he will either. But guys, let me know in the chat. Do you think Tal starts up front? Do you think he starts from the left? I think he starts up front personally. I think he will be our forward. I think Odegaard again will start from the left, and I think Johnson will play on the right. As for the midfield, I think it will be Sarr, Gray, and Bergval, I think. And then it's a pretty young midfield, isn't it? Maybe Bentancur might come in the midfield. Um, they might have one experienced player in there. And then I think defensively it's gonna be the likes of defense, who knows? Kinski starts in goal, I know that. Spence will play, Doggy will probably play, and Danzo will play. Who else plays? I have no idea. Um, but yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting team, whatever he picks. And I think you'll see the likes of Kudus and you'll see the likes of Xavi Simmons on the bench. And you'll probably see a few youngsters. It'd be good to see Luca Williams Barnett on the bench. Hopefully he'll get some minutes. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. Tottenham Rangers saying Bentancur starts. I think we do need one experienced midfielder to start for sure. And I don't think it'll be Polinia, but maybe it will. We will see. We will see. Jimmy saying Tau will start at number 9 tonight for me. I agree. I think Tau starts at number 9. Lord Rodney saying there are a lot of technical players in the lower leagues. They just don't have the other attributes to go with it. Mentality, physicality, especially, which is why they're in the lower leagues. You're quite possibly right. Certainly with the more attacking players, anyway. I still find that maybe defensive players, centre backs, are still very much like your old school centre backs. And listen, I'm not against that at all. I love an old school centre back, someone who heads, someone who tackles, an absolute animal. Um, don't like the way the game's gone now, to be honest. With the everyone's got to be able to play out from the back, or for me, that's nah. I like the old school. Philly saying if Spurs had a creative midfielder to play the ball, so Tell would run off the shoulder of the last defender, then maybe we might see something. And this is it. It is going to be a lot of and a lot of it is the way Frank plays. He likes crossing into the box, and for me, Tao is not the striker that you cross the ball to. Tao is the player that runs off the shoulder. Um, but listen, it is what it is. We will see what happens tonight. It's going to be interesting. Tottenham Rangers saying facts, Philly, no service yet for Tao since he's played up front. And this is it. He hasn't had a lot of service, has he? He definitely hasn't had a lot of service. And he's Tottenham Rangers saying, let's use Xavi in the 10. That would be interesting. Just don't see him starting. And then Tao up front. Xavi could be a shout to start. this is it. We have options now, so it's going to be interesting. He didn't start against Brighton. He didn't. You're right. But then I see him starting against Wolves Saturday, and then I see him starting definitely against Bodo Glimt. So is he going to start 3 times in a week? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but he might. He might start tonight and then be rested again Saturday, ready for the Champions League game. Just don't know. Or he may be rested for the Champions League game. Playing away from home, we might look to be a bit more secure midfield wise. I just don't know. Um, I'm saying could be a start for Xavi here in the 10. It's going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting to see how we line up in this game against Doncaster tonight. Hopefully, we are going to have enough to get through. I think we will. I think we will win pretty comfortably. But it depends. If we score an early goal, I think we go on and win the game 2-3, 4-0. If it's still 0-0 after like 35, 40 minutes, it could be a bit of a struggle. We might have to bring the big boys off the bench, but I think we win comfortably. I think, yeah, Tottenham Rangers, I think you're bang on. I think about 4-0. I think 4-0 tonight. Anything under, um, I'd be slightly disappointed. I want to see a really good performance. I want to see some of the fringe players coming in and staking a place for the team, staking a case for their place in the team on Saturday and going forward. So let's see what they can do. Jimmy saying Basuma to start tonight. I'd forgotten about Basuma. I think he's burnt his bridges with Frank in the team, the club. I don't see it, but he could do. He would be a good option to use. Um, what do you think, guys? Do you think Basuma starts tonight? I've seen nothing about him. I haven't even seen him in the training videos. I'm sure he must be training, but yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure about Basuma. Billy says then the team needs to be set up for Tau as he can't create for himself. Tottenham can't afford to do that in big games as Spurs wouldn't have the time and space. Absolutely. Absolutely, mate. And Frank said Basuma is not fit. Basuma won't feature. This is what I mean. I don't believe for a minute that he's not fit. I think he's just not in Frank's plans. Something's definitely happened. I'm surprised he didn't go in January, to be honest. But I think, sorry, in the summer, I think he definitely goes in January. 100%. He will be gone in January. He's Basuma. Guys, nearly I think just over 40 in the house. Smash a like, hit a subscribe if you haven't yet to get a subscriber today. It's a bit slow after the transfer window shuts, but it is what it is. We will keep talking. It is all good. Kate said, Nige, honestly, if we have to bring on big guns and we haven't got we haven't got a good bench end. No, I agree. I agree, but I think it's one of them, isn't it? I'm confident, Kate, at home. I think a lot of the players that are on the bench, the likes of Simmons, I think he will be on the bench. The likes of Kuda says that'll be on the bench. I don't really think we're going to need them. I think we should have more than enough quality to win this game easily, comfortably, and then bring on the youngsters, bring on the Luca Williams Barnett, bring on those kind of players and not be risking getting injuries to other players. But it is going to be interesting. And Tottenham Rangers saying, let's drop a like if you haven't yet, people. Stop being tight. It's free. Absolutely. It is absolutely free to smash that like button. Absolutely free. Cheers, Tottenham Ranger. Much appreciated, buddy. Yeah, guys, I'm pretty much going to leave it now, I think, because I have got to go to work. In fact, sod it. I'm going to go for an hour. We got 7 minutes. I'm going to go for an hour. So yeah, we think Tau starts up front. We think so. Does that mean Odebear's off the left? Are we all in agreement that Odebear probably starts off the left? I think he probably does. Didn't have the greatest game against Brighton, but wasn't terrible either. He needs to run. A lot like Tau. These players need a run of games, and I think the left-hand side is the biggest problem. So I think Odebear starts off the left. Lee Payne, big up, mate. May the force be with you. Absolutely. And you, mate. And Lord Rodney saying big thumbs up on the stream for me. Thank you very much, buddy. Thanks for coming in as always. Much appreciated. Tottenham Rangers saying I think Johnson starts. I think Johnson starts as well. But I think he starts from the right. Tottenham Rangers saying Odegaard had a start at Brighton. He did have a start, but I think again you have to give these players 3, 4, 5, 6 games. And Odegaard's hardly played, so I think he should be fit enough. And he didn't play a full game, did he? Pretty certain he came off. So listen, I have no idea what the team is going to be, and this is the beauty of it. I have no idea what Frank is going to do tonight. And this is part of the reason why I'm so excited about Tottenham this season, because I just don't know what's going to happen from game to game. Paul G says, should be a comfortable win. Give these players a run out. I 100% agree, mate. Billy saying Basuma should have left in the summer. He is only 1 year on his contract. Playing devil's advocate, it should have been torn up, and that we should assign a Spurs backing Frank over the players. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, if he's only got a year left on his contract, then yeah, why not? He's clearly not in Frank's plans at all. Jimmy saying 3-1 Spurs for me. I think we win 4. I'm going with a 4-0. I'm going with a 4-0, and I'm going to go with Tau with 2. Tau with 2. I think we're going to get some unusual scores tonight. So I'm going to go with Tau with 2. I'm going to go Danzo with his first goal for Spurs. And I think actually we will see a youngster score. Don't know which one. It may be Scarlett from the bench, but I think we see a youngster score late on. Guys, give me a quick score prediction when we before we go, and then we will call it a day. Yeah, you're right. Johnson will be on the right. Yes, my bad. Yes, and Kudus will get a rest. Kudus 100% will get a rest. I agree. And Tottenham Rangers saying, I'm like the 4-0. I'm with you. So me and Tottenham Rangers are going for a 4-0 win. Jimmy Hotspur going for a 3-1 Spurs victory. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Bob saying, come on, guys, smash the like button. At least on this channel, your questions get aired and not like the other channels who have their favourites. My prediction for Spurs tonight is a 5-1 win. Yeah, listen, I tried to read out every comment that I can. You know, sometimes, obviously, when rooms get busy, it is really difficult to read out every single comment because they are just literally going through, and you find yourself 20, 25 minutes behind, and then it's impossible to catch up. But when there's only 30, 40 people in the room and people are chatting, and I love this, I love interacting with you guys. And it is important that you get the chat involved because, as I said before, it is all about you guys in the chat. If it isn't, there's no show. Gon's football and things. Big up, mate. I've not seen you before. Saying good morning. I really hope Tal bangs in a couple of goals, kickstart his Spurs career 4-0. I agree. I agree. Listen, I'm not Tal's biggest fan, but I would love him to score a couple of goals tonight. And listen, he plays for Spurs, so we want him to do brilliant. I hope he scores 25 goals this season. So yeah, big up, mate. Welcome to the community. And yeah, I'm the same. I hope he scores a couple of goals tonight for sure. Billy saying 4-1 Spurs. Lord Rodney saying, hope to see you all again next stream for a roundup of the game later. Absolutely, mate. Marianne saying 3-0 Spurs. I'm liking these scores. Kate saying, I do my like when I come in, not hard. Absolutely. Always good. Just smash that like button. It is easy to forget. I quite often find myself getting home, sticking Sava on, or saying I'm washing away, and then suddenly like Sava will be like, don't forget to like, and I'll be like, oh shit, I haven't liked yet. It's quite easy to do, but yeah, smash that like button if you haven't, guys, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe as well. Lord Rodney saying, all that matters is that we win the game and progress to the next round, not licking our wounds, wondering what might have been. Yeah, absolutely imperative we get through, regardless of how we do it. Obviously, at the moment we're thinking, yeah, we want to smash them, but you know, at the end of the day, it's just about getting through. Lee saying, Tell Johnson, Odegaard up top, Saar, Bentancur, Bergvall in the midfield. I agree. I think that's pretty much going to be it. 2-0 to Spurs. I like it. Our bench is too strong. I think we will have a strong bench. That's for certain. We should make easy work of this. We absolutely should. And Gon saying, yeah, it's my first time here. I'd definitely be back. Coys, thank you very much, mate. And I think you're the one who's just subscribed. So thank you very much for subscribing as well. Tottenham Rangers saying, I love the B team. I'm not as big a fan, but it is what it is. Let's just win the game. Philly saying 100%. I hope Tell bangs in the goals. And Finn is in. Big up, Finn. I hope you're well, mate. He's saying, got here late. Does anyone find it interesting that Frank always says he never talks about players that do not play for his team, but was happy to say that he would love to see Kane back? Yeah, I did see that. Interesting. Hopefully he comes back, and that would be amazing, wouldn't it? Have Kane up front for next season. Let's see what happens. Kate saying 2-1 to Spurs. Shem Tam saying, what about playing Johnson up front and Tell off the left with Odell off the right? I wouldn't be against that either. I think that's probably would be a good position for Johnson to play. I'd prefer maybe to play off a striker, but who knows? Who knows? Finn is in the house saying, morning, Nige, and all in the chat. Good morning to you, Finn. I hope you're well. Lord Rodney saying, thumbs up to Kate. And Tottenham Rangers saying, take care, mate. See you all for the roundup. Peace. Big up, mate. Thanks for coming in. Sarah G, big up Sarah, saying Kane with a heart. Absolutely. Love that man. Love that man. And Tottenham Rangers saying, I'll keep an eye on the Forest v Betis too. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's going to be interesting, isn't it? And Kate saying hello to Rodney. Guys, I am going to leave it there. I have been going for over an hour. I've got to get to work. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Much love to each and every one of you. If it's not for you guys, there is no chat. If you haven't liked, smash a like on the way out. If you haven't subscribed, smash a subscribe on the way out. And I will see you on the next show. Hopefully Spurs win tonight. And as always, guys, stay positive, stay poised, and stay Pure Coys.